Diddy will be sued, and I say will be because nothing has been filed yet, by at least 120 people in the next 30 days. So,
breaking news tonight, Sean Diddy Combs has been arrested in a Manhattan hotel this evening after a grand jury indicted the music mogul. His attorney tells CNN that he is currently being processed. The charges are unclear as of...
Imagine this. Sean Diddy, once one of the most dominant forces in the music industry, a mogul who built an empire on fame, luxury, and swagger, now finds himself a mere shadow of the larger-than-life persona he once was. The private jets, the glamorous red carpets, the lavish parties, all of it is gone. Instead, he's trapped in a small, cold cell at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, a place known for its brutal conditions. But the real shocker isn't just the harsh reality of prison life. It's the explosive rumors and allegations swirling around Diddy's behavior, both behind bars and in his past life. Those whispers, filled with jaw-dropping revelations, have the world on edge.
Just incredible. And, it brings into context our whole system of innocent till proven guilty. Why is he not being given bond? And, we could debate that all day long. Of all people that's unlikely to flee or get away, well, he's got the resources to flee, but he's so recognizable. And isn't he innocent till proven guilty? Well, yeah, but, we have to recognize there are degrees of innocent till proven guilty. When you have this much...
Just a few months ago, Diddy was living his best life, enjoying the spotlight, flaunting his wealth in Central Park, playing hacky sack with friends, and exuding his signature confidence. Fast forward to today, and the transformation is nothing short of shocking. At his latest court appearance, reports describe a man who looks drastically thinner, with gray streaks creeping into his once jet-black hair. Journalist Elizabeth Milner, who attended his pre-trial hearing, didn't hold back in describing the change. She painted a stark contrast to the man who once reveled in luxury, now looking like someone barely holding it together behind bars. He appeared noticeably thinner, and it's clear the strain of being in detention is starting to take its toll on him, she said. Given the immense pressure Diddy is under right now, it's hard to imagine anyone staying unaffected.
It's a legitimate concern. No judge wants to wake up and read the headlines the next day. Oh, they treated this guy special and they gave him bond, and now he's gone and he fled from justice. So that's what's in the back of most judges' minds. On the other hand, we deal with cases where clients have significant funds sometimes, and sometimes where there's money, you can craft a unique solution. Years ago, it was the ankle bracelet and the ankle monitor.
But this story goes far beyond just weight loss or a bad diet from prison food. No, the rumors swirling around Diddy suggest something much darker. Sources claim he's refusing to eat, not because of the notoriously awful conditions at MDC Brooklyn, but because he's terrified of being poisoned. According to Larry Levine, a former inmate and prison consultant, Diddy is allegedly avoiding meals out of fear that someone might be trying to harm him. He's made a lot of enemies, Levine said in an interview. People want to get to him. If someone on the outside knows someone on the inside, over time, they might find a way to contaminate his food. It's not impossible. Think about it. Diddy isn't just another inmate. He's a high-profile figure with powerful enemies in both his personal and professional life. The charges against him, including allegations of coercion and racketeering, suggest a tangled web of individuals who might have a vested interest in silencing him. And let's not overlook the environment he's in. MDC Brooklyn, infamous for its brutal conditions and history of violence. It's a place where danger is ever present and safety is never guaranteed. Now, add Diddy's celebrity status into the mix, and it's easy to see why paranoia might be creeping in. But the question remains, is his fear unfounded, or is there more to this than meets the eye?
It's just interesting to me that with all the money he has and all the resources he has, they couldn't craft some solution that lets him be under some form of house arrest. And again, it sounds like special treatment, but the truth of the matter is, to incarcerate somebody like him is expensive to all of us. We're taxpayers, and he's got to have unique situations. You can't put him in general population where, everyone wants a piece of him and everyone wants to be his friend and everyone.
At Diddy's court appearances, observers have been quick to point out not just his physical decline, but also his increasingly odd behavior. While his legal team maintains that he's healthy, focused, and fully capable of defending himself, some aren't so sure. His refusal to eat and dramatic weight loss have led many to speculate about deeper issues, possibly even a struggle with his mental health. After all, being incarcerated, especially under intense public scrutiny, would weigh heavily on anyone. And then there are the whispers about his alleged health problems, which we'll dive into shortly, but let's just say you're only adding fuel to an already fiery situation. Now let's get into the rumors that are truly turning heads. Word on the street is that Diddy's behavior in prison has been nothing short of unconventional. Reports suggest that he's somehow managed to surround himself with a group of loyal followers. Other inmates so devoted to him that they're reportedly making his bed and catering to his every need. Yes, you read that right. Diddy, the man who once demanded the world at his feet, allegedly still has a crew of groupies even behind bars. But the drama doesn't stop there. These so-called groupies are reportedly fighting amongst themselves for his attention. Imagine that, grown men in a federal detention center arguing over who gets the privilege of folding Diddy's sheets. It's almost too bizarre to believe, but in a story like this, anything seems possible.
Well, Sierra, anything's possible, right? But now this judge has an even harder time, I think, because the past judge locked him up, didn't let him out, and he's still there available for trial. If the new judge lets him out on bond and something goes wrong, and this isn't the analysis that I'm proud to make, right? We shouldn't be saying, well, judges are worried about their own skin and how they look if something bad happens.
As if all that wasn't enough, let's add the growing allegations about Diddy's lifestyle choices into the mix. For years, rumors have swirled around his private life, and now those whispers are louder than ever. Some are claiming that his behavior behind bars mirrors the same controversial actions he's been accused of on the outside. Allegations of inappropriate conduct, unhealthy relationships, and much more. The lines between fact and fiction are blurring, and the drama is escalating. Enter Jaguar Wright, a singer known for her unfiltered takes on the music industry, who has stepped into the fray, claiming to know even more about Diddy's secrets. In a recent interview, she hinted that his alleged behavior is just the tip of the iceberg, promising to reveal even more shocking details in her upcoming show. Whether you choose to believe her or not, one thing's clear: Diddy's name is dominating headlines once again. Of course, all this turmoil raises a lot of questions. How much of what's being said is true? Are these just rumors fueled by his high-profile status, or is there something more beneath the surface? And let's not forget the legal side of things. His trial is set for May 2025, and every move Diddy makes is under a microscope. His refusal to eat, his alleged paranoia, and his dramatic physical transformation are all being closely scrutinized, not only by the public, but by those directly involved in his case. Could his behavior be a calculated strategy to garner sympathy, or is it a genuine response to the immense pressure he's facing? The answers are still unclear, but the story is only getting more complex.
Kind of crazy, like I said before. They said that 2,300 people reached out to the law firm, and out of the 2,300 people, I guess they decided to go with just a little over 100, which seems like it's they just put out the number and everybody's calling to see if they can get a check.
It's insane. It's insane. Now, again, he did say that nothing has been filed yet because he says he wants to make sure that they do their due diligence and get this.
Now, let's dive into the pressure of the environment itself. The conditions at MDC Brooklyn. This is far from your typical jail. Described as one of the worst detention centers in the country, MDC Brooklyn has long been plagued by complaints from inmates about everything from unsanitary living conditions to limited access to basic necessities. The facility is notorious for violence, understaffing, and even power outages that have left prisoners exposed to freezing temperatures. In this place, survival often means adapting to a harsh, unforgiving reality. For someone like Diddy, who's accustomed to a life of luxury and privilege, the contrast must be nothing short of jarring. And yet, despite all of this, reports say he's refusing to leave his cell. Whether this is out of fear, defiance, or something else entirely remains unclear. What's certain is that his actions are only adding to the mystery surrounding him.
They're going to try everything. They're going to try to transfer him. They're going to try to get him out. In a normal case where it's a high-profile person or a well-funded person, the prosecution and the judge is a little bit more concerned about a wrongful prosecution because people that are mad that they're being arrested for a crime they didn't commit can turn around and file for malicious prosecution.
But amid all the drama, we can't lose sight of the bigger picture. Diddy's legal troubles are far from resolved, and the allegations against him are extremely serious. The charges he's facing could potentially result in decades behind bars if he's found guilty. His legal team is fighting relentlessly to defend him, But with every passing day, the situation only seems to grow more complicated. With so many rumors swirling about his behavior, health, and personal relationships, it's increasingly difficult to distinguish fact from fiction. One thing is certain, though, this story is far from over.
Every jail is bad, and some jails are worse than others. And the problem, again, is if you move him, why is he getting special treatment? And maybe he's earned special treatment. Maybe what he's done, maybe he's given so much back to his fans and to the world and to charity that maybe there's a way that it plays out in the end. But again, to go into court and say this jail is bad, move him to another jail, is not your first argument. That's sort of the...
Are bound to surface, and the world will be watching closely to see how it all unfolds. Will Diddy manage to clear his name and reclaim his place at the top of the music industry, or is this the beginning of the end for one of music's most iconic figures? Only time will tell. But for now, the drama surrounding his incarceration shows no signs of slowing down. And if the rumors hold any truth, the real story could be even more bizarre than what we've heard so far. Let's pick up right where we left off. All eyes are still on Sean Diddy Combs. The story of his time behind bars, his alleged behavior, and his health continues to grow stranger by the day. If you thought the rumors were wild before, brace yourself. This next chapter is even more shocking. Diddy's life behind bars has become a whirlwind of speculation, paranoia, and power struggles, painting a picture of a man who's not just fighting for his freedom, but also for his survival in ways no one could have predicted.
Now, to the latest on the arrest of Sean Diddy Combs. This one has so many people talking. The disgraced music mogul facing federal racketeering, conspiracy, and trafficking charges. Both the prosecution and defense teams are set to discuss the next phase of action following the indictment as investigators work to determine potential co-conspirators. But how exactly did we get here?
Let's dive into the heart of the matter. Diddy's refusal to eat. While some might chalk it up to simply adjusting to the brutal realities of prison life, others are convinced there's much more to the story. Sources close to the situation claim that Diddy's paranoia has reached new heights. He's reportedly convinced that someone is out to harm him through his meals. And honestly, given the kind of enemies he's rumored to have, it's not hard to understand why he might feel like a target. Larry Levine, a former inmate turned prison consultant, didn't hold back when speculating on Diddy's fears. What if someone on the outside knows someone inside the prison? It's not impossible for something to be slipped into his food, slowly over time, Levine said. Whether this is driven by pure paranoia or justifiable caution, Diddy's refusal to eat has left him visibly thinner, sparking even more speculation about his health and what's really going on behind those prison walls.
This is very significant, just from who we associate Diddy being and everything we've seen him do over the decades. Like you said, this is quite the downfall to go from, we saw the mansions back in March that were raided by the feds. So to go from living in those mansions to being in a jail cell right now, I think it really underscores the magnitude of what he's facing and the weight of the federal government.
Now, let's address the elephant in the room, Diddy's health. Ever since his arrest, whispers about his physical condition have been circulating, and they're only growing louder. The latest rumor suggests that Diddy might be dealing with a serious illness, one that's allegedly been made worse by his time in prison. Then there's Jaguar Wright, the outspoken singer, who seems determined to expose what she claims is the truth about Diddy. In a recent interview, she hinted at something huge, something that could shatter the carefully crafted image he's built over the years. According to Jaguar, Diddy is reportedly battling a condition he's kept hidden for years. She even went as far as to say he's been facing it head-on, a cryptic remark that has left fans and critics alike guessing about what exactly she means.
Wait a minute. Say that again. Say that again. Back up. You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
Yes, there have been people already shopping.
We've heard about the tapes, but
yes.
The shopping thing is
yes, there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood. But one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of.
But Jaguar didn't stop there. She went even further, suggesting that Diddy's situation isn't an isolated case. In a bold statement, she hinted at a larger hidden issue involving other high-profile figures. I could name at least 20 others who are dealing with the same thing, she said, though she refused to reveal any names. Instead, she teased that she plans to spill all the details on her upcoming show. Whether you choose to believe her or not, Her comments have added yet another layer of intrigue to an already chaotic and unfolding narrative.
It sounds like there was probably a lot of hidden cameras as well. Is that what is being talked about?
Yes, this was actually in his Atlanta home, at a home he had in Atlanta at one point. And it does seem that the person isn't like looking into the video, so it's, to me, doesn't seem like that person knows they're being videotaped. It doesn't seem like they're active participant in the videotaping.
Meanwhile, inside the Metropolitan Detention Center, Diddy's behavior has been raising eyebrows. Reports suggest that he's refusing to leave his cell, a move that's causing significant delays in his ongoing legal battles. Some see it as a calculated tactic to stall the legal process, while others believe it's a sign of his deteriorating mental state. Whatever the reason, his refusal has led to growing frustrations among those involved in his case. One source revealed that Diddy's legal team has been struggling to coordinate with him, citing his unwillingness to engage as a major obstacle. It's like he's shutting down, the source said. He's not just fighting the system, he's fighting himself. But let's not lose sight of where this all began. Diddy's legal troubles. The charges against him are nothing short of explosive, casting a dark shadow over his once glittering career. Federal prosecutors allege that he orchestrated elaborate schemes involving coercion and manipulation, accusations that, if proven true, could lead to decades behind bars. While his legal team continues to maintain his innocence, the sheer weight of the allegations has left even his most loyal supporters questioning just how much they really know about the man behind the...
Hey, real quickly, all that commissary stuff, he's not getting any of that because people in the SHU have an abbreviated list. So he's out of luck. No stake for him. Yeah, he is on watch. This guy thought he would have went home. All of a sudden, he didn't get bond. Remember, the first night that he was there...
Adding even more complexity to the case is the harsh environment Diddy now finds himself in. MDC Brooklyn has a notorious reputation, and not for good reasons. Described by some as hell on earth, the facility is infamous for its poor conditions, frequent altercations, and lack of basic amenities. It's a far cry from the luxury mansions and five-star hotels Diddy is accustomed to, and adjusting to this grim reality must be incredibly difficult. Michael Cohen, a former inmate at a similar facility, painted a grim picture of what Diddy might be facing. He's waking up on a steel bed with a thin mattress, no pillow, staring at cinder-block walls, Cohen said. For someone who built his empire on opulence and excess, the contrast couldn't be more jarring. But here's where things take an even darker turn. Rumors are swirling that Diddy's behavior behind bars is attracting attention for all the wrong reasons. Allegations of inappropriate conduct have emerged, with some claiming that Diddy has managed to maintain a sense of control within the prison walls. Reports suggest he's surrounded himself with a group of loyal followers, other inmates allegedly vying for his approval in ways that range from the bizarre to the unsettling. One former inmate described the situation as unlike anything I've ever seen, claiming that Diddy's influence extends far beyond his cell. Whether true or simply another layer of rumor, the notion that Diddy could wield such power in a place like MDC Brooklyn is both fascinating and troubling. And then there's the matter of his mental and physical state. While his legal team continues to portray him as focused and determined, others are less convinced. Sources inside the facility have reported moments of apparent paranoia, with Diddy allegedly refusing to interact with other inmates or even step outside his cell. Some believe this behavior is tied to his rumored health issues, while others speculate it's a calculated move to protect himself from potential threats. Whatever the reason, it's clear that the man once known for his larger-than-life persona is now facing challenges that even his vast wealth and influence can't solve.
And I understand that he has a shrink coming by his cell to see him several times a day. And now there's talk about putting him in, it's like a bubble. It's like a cell that has like a plexiglass wall in it where they have inmates watching you. That's actually their job, to keep an eye on the inmates that are on watch.
As the trial date draws nearer, the world is left wondering what the future holds for Sean Diddy Combs. Will he manage to clear his name and rebuild his empire? Or is this the beginning of the end for one of the most influential figures in music history? The questions surrounding his case are endless, and the answers remain elusive. One thing is certain, however, this story is far from over. With each new revelation, the intrigue only deepens, leaving fans, critics, and onlookers eagerly awaiting the next chapter in this unfolding saga. And if the rumors are any indication, the real story could be even more shocking than anyone ever imagined.
Okay, some people do think that Diddy can help him, but this guy's going to be locked up forever. His case will probably take at least 3 years to litigate. He'll stay at MDC. There's rumors that he wants to go to Essex County Jail in New Jersey because he doesn't like MDC. He's a Marshals inmate. There's no way they're going to transfer him back and forth, I don't know, several times a week.
As Diddy's story continues to unfold, the questions surrounding his behavior, health, and future only grow more complex. Is his paranoia justified, or is there more to his actions than meets the eye? And what about the rumors surrounding his alleged health issues? Could there be truth behind Jaguar Wright's claims? The comments are open, so let us know what you think. Is Diddy's behavior a calculated move, or is he genuinely struggling under the immense pressure? Share your thoughts and theories, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on this evolving story. Until next time.